You know, we're always trying to push the envelope for our custom PCs, trying to do something cool for our audience. And with this empty frame, I think we're gonna do our coolest build yet. And a huge shout out to PNY for sending us this 4080. They're also sponsoring this PC giveaway, so stay tuned to the end to find out how to win it. But yeah, so this 4080 is gonna be the engine to your gaming performance. Now, why does that matter? Well, this card features the latest tech in 3rd gen ray tracing and DLSS 3 for up to 4 times better performance. So what that means is you're gonna be getting better graphics and better performance too. Plus, it has a lot of AI advantages too on the creative side if you're into video editing or streaming. So yeah, the RTX 40 series is great. Maybe you should go out and pick one up yourself, or you could get lucky and win it in our giveaway. All right, enough talking. I'm excited to start this thing. So let's go build something amazing. So the first step we had to do was take off all the panels on the chassis because we got plans to paint them. All right, so here we have all of the pieces that we're gonna paint. We got the front panel mesh, the motherboard tray, and the power supply shroud. So for these 2 pieces, we're gonna do like a solid red, and the power supply shroud, we're gonna put stripes on it because stripes go on fast cars, so why not on a fast computer? All right, so while I'm painting these, that guy is gonna be doing a cool design for the front panel.
Okay, so here's our design. Our plan is to laser etch this onto the glass front panel. You know, it's not exactly from the game, but it's still pretty cool. And all done. Here you go.
Thanks, bud. Now that we have all the customizations here, we can move on to the next step, which is putting this all together. Okay, that's a lot of bending. You know, I thought this would be easy. So far, after just getting the motherboard tray in, this thing looks way different than a normal Lumos. I mean, like, that red just pops so much more than just standard black all around. It's a nice contrast. I mean, just look at it. Well, now I gotta be careful because I really don't want to damage to this paint. So, as careful as I can be, I'm gonna get all these rivets in and hopefully everything will line up once everything's back together. Ooh. Let me just double check to make sure I have everything where it's supposed to go, and then we can move on to the fun part. All right, so the case is all put back together. Now we just have to build the parts, but before that, I do kind of want to see if this looks good too. We don't have to do it now, but I just want to see, so let's see. Ooh, that's kind of sick. Well, I mean, other than my greasy fingerprints, once those are gone, I think this is gonna look really cool. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't look cool. That looks sick. So I like doing the CPU block outside of the case and before I even put in the RAM, just because, you know, once these slots are populated, there's not a lot of room to work with. And with everything outside of the case, I can do whatever I want, have my hands wherever, and not be cramped inside of a case. All right. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put standoffs in, so let me do that. I mean, luckily with the Lumos too, you get that nice guide post, so you actually can just throw the motherboard in and not have to worry about lining it up too much. Just gonna line it up and drop it in. All right, cool. All right, so got the motherboard in. Next step after this is I have to install the front I/O because I took that out when we were painting the whole thing, and then after that we're gonna do the rest of the fans, finish all that wiring, and then get the power supply in. And then after we finish with the power supply, we're gonna go straight to water cooling, and then we'll be done. All right, so 6 fans, 3 in the front, 2 on the back. I mean, 2 on the top, 1 on the back. For now, in the front, I'm just going to, let me see, how does this go? It's like this. All right, cool. I'm just gonna use 2 fans, or 2 fan screws to hold in my fans because I'm gonna have to take them out later. And I'm just doing this so I can line up my radiator afterwards. All right, so done with the fans, as you can see, and then now I'm gonna do the power supply cable. So we decided to go with the red right here. Nice red exotic cables that we offer. And first I'm gonna just start by threading these through. So that's my 24 pin. All right, what else do I need? I need 2 EPS powers, or CPU power if you wanna call it that too. Thread that through. Let's get in there. All right, so we decided to go with the 850 watt power supply just because Well, it's more than enough for a 4080, and if you do decide to upgrade to a 4090, it should have you covered too. Better safe than sorry. And this is an ATX 5.01, so you got that native 12-volt high power cable. Don't have to worry about using those power adapter squids. And let me get these in. After I plug this in, I'll put the power supply in the case and then do some cable management. Oops. Let's get this in. Line up with the back and then screw it down. Let me get some screws. All right, so just finishing up with the wiring now. Cutting off my final zip ties and then putting on this vanity plate here. Make sure I'm not punching through any wires because that's gonna cause a hell of a problem to fix later. But let me know what you think of my wiring. I think I did pretty good this time. Not bad, huh? Again, we're just gonna be doing a CPU only water cooling loop because that PNY graphics card, it's got a beefy air cooler. Obviously, PNY probably doesn't want us to tear off their air cooler and throw on something without the branding on it, but you know, thanks PNY, we love the GPU, we're gonna use it well. Now we get this in. What is it hitting? Oh, the top fan. Alrighty. I'm gonna get my screw in. Alright, so we want to fill this right now just so we can leak test it, make sure there's nothing leaking. But I also don't want to put the GPU in here and have it leak all over the GPU that PNY so graciously gave us. And you know, they could be more gracious. I also need a GPU if you want to help a brother out. Oh shoot. I swear I know what I'm doing. Oh wow, that's actually a really nice red. That looks really good. Oh, it's like ruby red. Look at that. That's nice. And for the final piece, the graphics card. It's got DLSS 3, ray tracing, and it's a 4080. You want this, I want this, we all want a 4080. It's freaking awesome. And with the GPU in, we're finally completed with the build. Now, we've seen this thing turned on already, but you guys haven't. So why don't we do that right now? You know, if it were up to me, I'd take this thing home in a heartbeat. But lucky for you guys, we're gonna be doing a giveaway instead. Here's how you're gonna enter. You're gonna go to the description below, click on the link, it's gonna take you to our website, it's gonna ask you to do a couple things, and then you'll get a couple entries in return. May the odds ever be in your favor. Once again, huge shout out to PNY for sponsoring this giveaway because without them, this wouldn't have been possible. Thanks for watching, we're gonna see you next time.